Hi everybody and welcome to the Farmers Branch Economic Development Update for the fourth quarter of calendar year 2019. I'm Tom Bryson coming to you today from Farmers Branch City Hall, where we're going to cover economic development news for this final quarter of the year and recap 2019, the year that was. Leading off the fourth quarter, Starbucks made a long-awaited return to Farmers Branch with ribbon-cutting ceremonies on its new location next to the new entry monument at Valley View and Stemmons. With good visibility and high traffic counts in the area, the coffee shop has been consistently busy since opening day. Across the parking lot from Starbucks, construction continued in the fourth quarter on what will become a Chipotle Mexican grill, but with a new concept called a Chipotlane. That is a drive-through lane designated specifically for someone that has placed an order online or via the Chipotle app. The Farmers Branch location will be one of only 7 in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to boast the new concept drive-through. Chipotle is expected to open in early 2020. Just down the street and across the railroad tracks, construction has concluded on the shops at Mustang Station. Now, tenants are busy with interior finish-out work in order to open most locations by spring of 2020. In addition to Cedar Creek Brewhouse and Eatery and Cox Farms Market Grocery Store, other restaurants will include Victoria's Mexican Kitchen, Root Southern Table, Red Sticks Asian Street Food, and Starwood Cafe. A request for qualifications went out to commercial firms in December, asking them for their take on how the rest of the station area should be developed. Farmers Branch Economic Development Director Allison Cook said the responses will help shape the future of the area.
The existing apartments at Mustang Station and the new shops at Mustang Station and the existing K. Hovnanian single-family homes have really been the catalyst for development in the greater Mustang Station district. We're looking to create an exciting area where people want to be, where people want to live, where people want to work, where people want to go hang out after work and on the weekends, a real sense of place for a downtown that we want to create for all of the residents in Farmers Branch. Now, at the end of the request for qualifications process, we will review everybody that submitted their RFQ, and we will eventually select a master developer. We will work with the master developer to really drill down to where do those uses fit on the property, and what are the constraints, and where are we flexible, and what can the city participate with the Pike Street bond money and the TIF district. A timeline for this process is hard to truly determine, but in 2020 we would like to pick the development partner and get a contract in place so we know exactly what the development services agreement would be and what the city is responsible for, and move forward as quick as we can. But we do want to take our time in selecting the right candidate, because this is our downtown area and we have spent a lot of time and money investing in the Mustang Station district, and so we were definitely interested in getting it right.
In the burgeoning East Side commercial corridor, Odd Muse Brewing Company opened its doors in the fourth quarter. Co-founder Bobby Diaz said they hope to create a niche by concentrating on a brewery with hyper-local focus.
So Odd Muse comes from, it's basically my daughter's initials. So ODD is Olivia and Daniela Diaz, and Muse because they're my inspiration. Our logo is a representation of the important things in my life. And you've got the hair that's made of barley, and there's a hop in the hair. So that's a representation of beer, which is obviously important to me. And then the face is a representation of my daughters and my wife. Our space, like I said, is very personal to us. So it's me, my wife, and one of my really best friends, Charles, is our partner. And so the three of us kind of designed this place. Everything that we could handmade, we handmade. So the tables are handmade. We did those ourselves. The artwork in here is a really good friend of ours, and those pieces in the hallway are our initial can labels. We sort of took a proactive approach, and this city was extremely helpful. We scheduled meetings with the planning department and even the fire department, and kind of went through everything and made sure that all our boxes were checked and that we knew what we were getting into, and they were extremely open and extremely helpful. We're not trying to capture the entire Metroplex. We're trying to capture a small piece of the Metroplex, and that starts here in our backyard. It's sort of a hyper-local mindset, right? So you've got local, but now things are now local. We're trying to bring the neighborhood brewery to Farmers Branch. And By doing so, we feel that people will take our beer and feel proud to share it with their friends.
Odd Muse officially opened their doors in December. In fourth quarter tourism, after being forced inside by weather last year, the Bloomin' Bluegrass Music Festival made a triumphant return to the Farmers Branch Historical Park with thousands in attendance during the two-day event in mid-October. A total of 529 room nights were generated in Farmers Branch hotels. And the Defeaters Thanksgiving Showcase Soccer Tournament was held in November and generated 602 room nights. Also late last year, MoneyInc.com named Farmers Branch one of the top 3 places to live in Dallas, along with Addison and Frisco that finished 1-2. The total list of communities and neighborhoods also included Carrollton, Trophy Club, Grapevine, Flower Mound, Highland Park, and Coppell, to name several. And with that look at the fourth quarter, 2019 comes to a close, but not before we take one more look back at the year that was. There were a total of 14 demolition rebuild applications approved by the council in 2019. Upon completion, those properties will be worth a total of $4.6 million. 5 facade grants helped to improve curb appeal of many of our commercial areas. A total of 890 jobs were added to the Farmers Branch economy in 2019. The Farmers Branch Economic Development Team made a total of 201 retention visits in an effort to keep businesses located here. Some of those visits were to companies like Pencil on Paper, Elliott Electric, Guitar Center, Best Cheer Stone, Huddig, and Soft Layer. In addition to that, so much has happened in this very busy year. Let's take a quick look back. I'm Tom Bryson, out here again at the Mustang Station Restaurant Park, where groundbreaking ceremonies late last year have now given way to vertical construction. With infrastructure improvements largely complete, construction has started on the buildings at the Mustang Station Restaurant Park that will ultimately house Cox Farms Market, Cedar Creek Brewhouse and Eatery, and some newly announced tenants.
The Economic Development Department is amazing. They are constantly thinking outside the box, and you never know what you get to work on for the day. It goes from how do we keep this business here? How do we meet with this business? How do we think of bringing in a new business here? What new restaurant would be the best fit for the restaurant park?
Signing a long-term lease for their new corporate headquarters, Tenet Healthcare Corporation has announced their move to International Plaza Building 1 in Farmers Branch. Tenet will be the sole occupant of the building, taking up 13 floors and more than 370,000 square feet. The Branch Business Invitational Golf Tournament was held in May at Brookhaven Country Club with more than 70 players from businesses and interests all over Farmers Branch. Business partners included Baylor Scott & White, Coca-Cola, Todd Bonneau Homes, Monotronics Brinks, The Retail Connection, Centurion American, Atmos Energy, and Encore Electric Delivery. In second quarter tourism, 5 different events combined for a whopping 5,583 room nights in Farmers Branch hotels. Finally, for the second quarter update, progress continues on the Mustang Station Restaurant Park construction, with buildings beginning to take shape, looking towards partial opening this winter. Then there's Texas-born chef Tiffany Derry and her new concept, Root Southern Table. Although nationally known for television appearances on a variety of cooking and reality shows, Chef Tiffany says she plans to spend as much time at Roots as possible.
I have cleared my calendar. I plan to be here. I want to meet folks that come in. When it comes to the design, we have created a very open space, an open kitchen where you can see us cooking. You can even talk to us. So it's going to be quite an experience, and I will be here.
Multifamily projects are nearly complete at Spring Valley and Inwood. Farmers Branch Economic Development Director Allison Cook explains that these new residential centers are just the start of great things on the east side.
The North Dallas Tollway is the easternmost boundary for the city of Farmers Branch, so we loosely dub this our east side. Now, the east side has been changing recently with some multifamily developments along the Inwood corridor. JPI has 3 investments right now, I'm standing in front of one, that will have over 1,100 apartment units coming online.
So we replaced our awnings. We also painted the building, went with just a little bit of a lighter color. We replaced our sign, we changed the sign. We went away from our original logo, which was very festive with fruits and vegetables and I would recommend the facade grant program to other businesses, absolutely. It was a very easy process, very supportive. The city wants to help us to do this, and it's very obvious. Again, we're excited about being here for 25 years, and we're going to be here for another 25 to serve the community. We're very thankful to be in Farmers Branch. We think that it's just a great team to be with them.
Also nearby Jen, Scout and Cellar has signed a new lease to move their relatively new business into an even larger Farmers Branch location. In third quarter tourism, Premier Baseball held their annual tournament at Orengood Park and, in keeping with their recent tradition, invited the Miracle League for opening night when every Premier player was paired with a special needs athlete from the Miracle League. In-N-Out provided food for the event that was, once again, a resounding success. Then, to close out the third quarter, there was the annual reunion of the 15th Army Air Force Bomb Group, held at the Wyndham Garden Inn in Farmers Branch. More important than ever because of the shrinking ranks of World War II veterans, the reunion brought back together 5 bombardment wings that flew the skies over enemy territory from November of 1943 through April of 1945. A total of 25 surviving World War II veterans and their families were in attendance. Included in that number was a 96-year-old pilot who is still flying. Finally, and only because it's a local landmark, you should know that the West Side Water Tower was recently voted one of the top 10 water tower designs in the nation in an online poll. The hits just keep on coming. And that will do it for the Farmers Branch Economic Development Update for calendar year 2019. Your Farmers Branch Economic Development team continues to work hard each and every day to attract new businesses to Farmers Branch and keep existing businesses here. We'll be back in a few months with a look at the first quarter of calendar year 2020 while the phone continues to ring here in Farmers Branch. Until then, I'm Tom Bryson. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Idea for the east side. Hold on.
And there's a lot of things going on here from, I'm sorry.
I don't know who this is, but I heard he had strawberry cake.
It's added.
Strike. Okay.
And that will do it for the Farmers Branch Economic Development Update while stuff blows in front of the lens.
Bah.